Hi, I'm Erik Christensen from the NLS Norway Relocation Group, and I want to welcome you to this strategic briefing for HR directors and global mobility managers who are navigating the complex realities of the modern Norwegian workplace. Today, we must address a deeply ingrained corporate trend that is actively sabotaging your international talent investments: the unmanaged application of hybrid work policies. If your company operates in Oslo, Stavanger, or Bergen, you likely champion your flexible work culture as a major recruitment asset. You proudly tell candidates that they can work from home 2 or 3 days a week, or even log in from a hyttekontor, the beloved Norwegian cabin office, on a Friday. For your local Norwegian employees who already possess deep social networks, established career capital, and an innate understanding of the corporate culture, this extreme flexibility is a massive benefit that boosts morale. However, for a newly arrived international executive, this exact same policy acts as an integration deterrent, creating what we call the invisible expat syndrome. I'm here to tell you that throwing a new foreign hire into a highly flexible, remote, heavy Norwegian work environment without a structured physical anchor is a recipe for rapid alienation, plummeting productivity, and early resignation. The core of the issue lies in how trust, or in Norwegian tillit, is manufactured in Norwegian society. Norway is a high-trust, egalitarian culture, but that trust is not automatically granted to a digital avatar on a screen. It is built through physical presence, shared experiences, and informal micro-interactions. When your new global hire arrives at the office on a Tuesday, eager to build the network, and finds the floor half empty because the local team has opted for remote focus time, they are immediately deprived of the social tissue of the company. The casual coffee machine conversations, the spontaneous problem-solving over lunch in the canteen, and the quick post-meeting debriefs in the hallway are entirely erased. These are the exact moments where the unwritten rules of Norwegian business are transferred. Without them, your expert is left to decode the organization purely through formal scheduled Teams calls, which are inherently transactional and stripped of cultural nuance. This leads directly to the second hidden risk, the failure of digital forankring. As we have discussed in previous briefings, the Norwegian leadership style relies heavily on consensus building and informal alignment before a formal decision is made. This often happens organically in the physical office, a quick chat by a colleague's desk to test an ID. When a foreign manager attempts to implement changes via rigid digital meetings, missing the physical pre-alignment phase, the local team often perceives them as autocratic or overly aggressive. The expert, conversely, feels that their initiatives are disappearing into a digital void of passive resistance. The hybrid environment amplifies these cultural misunderstandings because it removes the crucial body language and informal debriefings that usually serves as a safety valve for corporate friction. Furthermore, we must look at the psychological pressure cooker this creates within the expat's home. The lines between living and working spaces are blurred. If an international hire is working from their own Oslo apartment 3 days a week, and the accompanying spouse is also struggling to penetrate the local job market or build a social network, the apartment transforms into an echo chamber of isolation. The employee never fully transitions into the physical rhythm of the city, and the boundary between professional frustration and personal loneliness completely dissolves. Out of sight means out of mind. The invisible expat is often bypassed for critical local projects simply because they haven't built a physical hallway rapport with senior leadership. To prevent this, forward-thinking HR departments must transition from passive flexibility to structured physical integration. At NLS Norway Relocation Group, we advise companies to implement a mandatory on-site anchor policy for the first 6 months of an international assignment. This is not about micromanagement, it is about orchestrated exposure. It involves coordinating specific in-office days where key stakeholders are physically present, assigning a dedicated local mentor to facilitate informal canteen networking, and ensuring that the expat's initial experience of Norwegian corporate life is intensely communal rather than isolated. You cannot onboard and execute into a new culture through a webcam. If you want your multi-million kroner talent investment to yield actual results, you must engineer the physical integration into the heart of your business. Let us help you design a mobility framework that balances the modern desires for flexibility with the absolute necessity of human-culture connection. Please visit us at nlsnorwayrelocation.no, nlsnorwayrelocation.no, to learn how our corporate solutions can protect your international hires from hybrid trap and ensure they become visible, highly integrated leaders within your organization.